beginning, but lately, they are really protecting Joe Burrow.
Jamar Chase named to the Pro Bowl. Burrow looking down the sideline. Higgins, 50-50 ball. It's caught by Higgins, more like 80-20. So New England using a timeout. Cincinnati in business at the 31 of the Patriots. Burrow fakes the handoff. Protection holds up. On the dump off for Joe Mixon. Catch and run.
Let's just play our game.
Here's Burrow out of the gun on 2nd and 5. Catch made. T. Higgins lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. And they just moved it down the field. Evan McPherson on for the extra point. Just get the sense, Charles, Cincinnati, they know they're good. 3rd down and 4. Jones. Protection held up initially, and now Jones has to run for it. Can he get there? He cannot.
No biggie. Let's go get it. Put up 31 straight in the second half.
2nd and 5. Burrow over the middle to Mixon. 3rd and 3 for Cincinnati. Burrow feels the pressure. He's going to run for the first down.
They didn't do anything drastically different. And just, say, oh, let's go play now. They just kept going, and it turned out well.
A dart from Burrow to Higgins.
Bears still lead 7-6. Back to you guys in New England.
The throw to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Trenton Irwin. Joe Burrow is throwing BBs. And the Bengals are rolling.
Remember Tennessee? Running over their center.
Looking for 2. Trying to drive in there. P. Ryan can't get it.
And he certainly gave energy there to Jesse Bates to make that play.
Nickel package on 3rd and 6. Mac Jones is off. The veteran waiting it for a new snapper, Tucker Addington, replacing Cardona. And this one is, how about Minnesota using last week as fuel moving forward?
And I was wondering if it would be too much of an emotional debt to them. So far, not the case.
Burrow. Tyler Boyd is back in there. He's working out of the slot. Burrow on 3rd and 17. Delivers on time. Jamar Chase. 2nd and goal for Cincinnati. On a give. Bouncing to the outside. Mixon cuts it up. Flags fly.
Holding offense, number 86.
Right in there. And you see him as he reached back. He had position on Judon.
3rd and goal from the 10. Burrow, protection holds up, floats it upstairs, popped up. Incomplete. Mixon, the intended receiver. Cal Adamitis to snap it. Chrisman holds it. And it is good for McPherson. Motion man is Myers. Jones short of the first down. Well, on the offensive side for New England, Evan, we're just not seeing a whole lot of separation from the wide receivers and DBs. Meanwhile, it's the opposite for Cincinnati. Jamar Chase gets open. Burrow is putting on a clinic. 15 of 19, 182 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's sacked. Couldn't break away from Judon. 15 and a half sacks on the season from Matthew Judon. They spread it with 5 receivers. Burrow picks one. It's T. Higgins. Very close. 4th and 1. Bengals going for it. Burrow loops to the hole for a yard. So first down at the 40-yard line of New England. Circling is Chase. Burrow will look in that direction. Get him out in space. Makes one man miss. Makes a second man miss.
So that he can play anything that you can adjust to depending on offensive formation.
Steve Belichick, the play caller on defense for New England. Tyler Boyd.
But when they recovered, just went right back to him.
Burrow in some trouble. He's sacked. Back at the 19-yard line. Protection didn't hold up. Back it up to the 19. 2nd down for Cincinnati. Burrow. Intercepted. Trying to hit Tyler Boyd. Devin McCourty steps in for the pick. Something to cheer about. They've been held to 31 yards of offense. Kendrick Bourne gets the call, and he's still going. Bourne takes it to the 45. They've got it now at the 49 on a 3rd and 5. Jones hit down low, and he goes down, crumbling after the sack from Cam Sample. Cincinnati Bengals going to the playoffs in back-to-back seasons. They have never won playoff games in back-to-back years. Burrow makes the connection with Jamar Chase.
He doesn't get bored with completions. A lot of quarterbacks do, and they get antsy and push it. He'll take what you're giving him.
2nd and 11, they give him that to P. Ryan.
When they play that too deep coverage and want you to check it down, they expect you to get antsy and make a mistake eventually.
Burrow, 1st down.
Look at him putting P. Ryan up there for pass protection, and he's got on the backside Chase one-on-one area.
Burrow guns it. Extending is Tyler Boyd for a 1st down. 2nd down and 6. Winding down here in the 2nd. Burrow hits Higgins and works his way inside the 5.
If you want to run it, that's where it would go.
Burrow on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! He hits Irwin. The Bengals build on their lead. And Joe Burr is getting it done in the cold. DJ Reed called Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator, a mad scientist. Jones, another shot downfield. Incomplete. Joe Burrow and the Bengals take over at the 19-yard line. Irwin, the motion man. It's a handoff to Mixon. Cuts it to the outside, and Mixon turns on the speed. 1st down.
19 yards on the carry.
Burrow will throw it. Catch, run by Chase.
And the banners work well when you have good teams on the field to present with them.
Burrow trying to do it himself. And
I don't think he got there.
Oh, no, he didn't get there at all.
Shall we leave that person nameless?
Nameless.
But definitely got into multiple shots.
Shotgun, look out. Jones gets blasted. It wasn't the first hit. It was the 2nd.
Nice play there against Asiasi.
We asked him, who taught you how to tackle? He said, oh, my parents.
And they were basketball people, weren't they?
They were. Burrow with a catch along the sideline. And make 38th play in New England territory. Burrow off his back foot. It's intercepted. Down the sideline, Marcus Jones has got speed. Still going all the way. Touchdown, Patriots. Burrow tried to make a play on it at the end. He ended up colliding with P. Ryan. And we have another missed extra point. Burrow on 3rd and 5. Didn't like what he saw. Shotgun here for Jones. Looks downfield. Delivers it underneath to Myers. Shotgun. Jones tries to get out of there, and he's ridden down on the play. Jones gets rid of it. On time. Kendrick Bourne. Stevenson shifts to the other side on 3rd and 10. Jones delivers it downfield, and a crowd hold in. Trailing 22-6. Jones. Back of the end zone. Touchdown! Kendrick Bourne. A big day for Bourne. Trying to make this a 1-possession game. Jones tosses it. Incomplete. Over the head of Jacoby Myers. Jesse Bates in coverage.
This is the most important drive of the game for them right now. The way the momentum is starting to shift.
Burrow guns it. Up high, handled by Higgins. And they allow 396 to Tampa Bay. Burrow on 3rd down. Off the hands of Irwin. They handle the snap. McPherson. It's no good. Here's Jones. Through the air, sideline. It's caught by Bourne, but incomplete.
Did the second foot get down? Let's take a look. One down there, second foot there. Does it survive the ground? He's got both hands wrapped around the football. The ball can touch the ground if he has control.
After review, the receiver was able to get both feet down in bounds and maintain control of the ball. Therefore, it is a catch.
Jones trying to spin out of it. He tossed it with the left hand, and Jermaine Pratt comes away with the football. They're going to rule it incomplete. Pratt is still going. He's trying to do is give the football to his offense on a turnover.
See, when we've got to slow down that much, you can say it.
The ruling on the field stands as called. It is an incomplete pass.
3rd and 29. Jones steps up, tries to avoid it, buys some time. Jones uncorks, deep ball, touchdown on the ricochet. Jacoby Myers. "48 yards, and give the assist to Scotty Washington. Jacoby Myers 1 week ago involved in the disastrous lateral, and the extra point is no good. It's a 3rd and 3. Rush coming. Losing the football. Jamar Chase. Patriots take over. Judon knocks it free, and the Pats come away with it.
Matthew Judon, known for his pass rushing, drops into coverage on that play and pops the ball free.
Charles Marcus Jones sets up as a receiver. They'll throw it to him. Jones makes one man miss, and Jones squeezes out extra yards. Handoff. Stevenson stonewalled, and Stevenson lost the football. Cincinnati claims they've got it, and they do. The Patriots cough it up with 55 seconds to go. Is astounding.
Look who meets him first. That's DJ Reader, 98, and then the punch out, I believe, was Von Bell, 24. As Reader stands him up, Bell punches the ball out, and then the skirmish begins. Watch Reader, 98, in the middle. Stands him up. Then coming from the side, you'll see 24 get into play. Right there. There's the punch out.
Give it to Mixon again. Patriots stop him. He is stuffed after a gain of 1.
Don't punt it down the middle.
Chrisman, low punt. Jones backpedaling. Bobbles. Out of bounds. Mac Jones operating from the gun. Play clock down to 1. Jones steps up, tosses on the move, and connection made with Kendrick Bourne. Down at the 39, they have to move quickly here after the 15-yard gain. 26 seconds, 25. From the Patriots' 39-yard line. Jones forced out of there, delivers, incomplete. Jones, short one, it's dropped by Stevenson. They've already had one tip play go their way here today. And they run out of time on the play clock.
Delay game, offense number 10.
Jones, step. He's going to throw a deep ball up in the air, broken up, and it's over. The rally falls short. The fumble late, coming away with it, getting the W, the first win at New England since 1986.